Good day, everyone. This video will discuss account management and file systems for Windows 10 operating system. Let us first discuss the different terms to know on this topic. First, we have domain. Domains are networks where there is a centralized security database, Active Directory, and you can control all of your users and groups from all or from one central location. Next is Active Directory. An Active Directory is a directory service that stores information in a central database which allows users to have a single user account for the network. Third, we have workgroups. Workgroups allows all participating and connected systems to access shared resources such as files, system resources, and printers. Lastly, we have logging off. When users are ready to stop working, they should either log off or shut down the system. We now go to creating users and group accounts. A user account allows you to sign in to your computer. By default, your computer already has one user account which you were required to create when you set up your computer. If you plan to share your computer with others, you can create a separate user account for each person. Now, why you would even need to use user accounts? If you are sharing a computer with multiple people, for example, with your family or at the office, user accounts allows everyone to save their own files, preferences, and settings without affecting other computer users. When you start your computer, you will be able to choose which account you want to use. So these are some of the reasons why user accounts are important. There are two types of user account for Windows 10: administrator and standard user. Now, an administrator account or an administrator account are special accounts that are used for making changes to system settings or managing other people's accounts. They have full access to every setting on the computer. Every computer will have at least one administrator account. And if you're the owner, you should already have a password to this account. The second is the standard account. Now, the standard accounts, on the other hand, are the basic accounts you use for normal everyday task. A as a standard user, you can do just about anything you would need to do, such as running software or personalizing your desktop. Generally speaking, it's safer to be signed in to a standard account than an administrator account. If you're logged in as an administrator, it may actually make it easier for an unauthorized user to make changes to your computer. Therefore, you may want to create a standard account for yourself, even if you're not sharing the computer with anyone. You'll still be able to make administrator level changes. You'll just need to provide your administrator password when making these changes. We now go to the built-in accounts in a work group environment. Okay, when installed into when an operating system, okay, is installed into a work group environment, Windows 10 has five built-in accounts. which are created automatically at the time you install the operating system. So let's discuss them one by one. The first one is the administrator. The administrator account is a special account that has a full control or that has full control over the computer. Okay, the administrator account can perform all tasks such as creating users and groups, managing the file system, installing applications, and setting up printing. Note that the administrator account is disabled by default. The next is the default account. Now, the default account, this is a user account created by the system and used by the system. This account is a member of the home user group and the system management accounts group. Third, we have the guest account. Okay, the guest account allows users to access the computer even if a person does not have a unique username and password. Because of the inherent security risk associated with this type of user, the guest account is disabled by default. When this account is enabled, it is usually given very limited privileges, like the number of softwares installed in a computer, okay, can be limited by depending on the user, or you may not be able to install any applications on the computer or copy any files on the computer. So that is the guest account. Okay. Next, we have the home group user. Now, the home group user account is created by default to allow the machine to connect to other machines within the same home group network. Now, this account is created by default as soon as you set up a home group. Fifth, we have the initial user. Now, the initial user account uses the name of the registered user. By default, remember this, the initial user is a member of the administrators group. Let us now discuss local and domain user accounts. Okay, so what is local and domain user accounts? A local user account can be used on this particular machine and no other. So it means that in a single computer, okay, you can install a local, or there is an installed local user account. If you try to log in with this particular account using a login and a password anywhere, those credentials hadn't been explicitly set up, it would bounce back, okay, and say that it isn't a valid username and password combination. Now, a domain user account, on the other hand, allows you to set up a very large number of users with as many machines and devices as you require, with the ability to allow a user to move from device to device and continuously access their network resources without hassle. Depending on what the user needs to do on the individual workstation, it is possible to assign local administrative privileges to a domain user account. This essentially gives the best of both worlds in very specific situations. And that concludes this topic. Thanks for watching.